you guys? Welcome to the February 24th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Establish the Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher. Getting ready to watch my Top Shot dreams die and talk some NBA news, some busy Tuesday action, and we'll talk some fantasy ads at the end. And let's start with the news in this 10-minute joint. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. Not going to get my Top Shot, but let's start with the Rockets. Kind of a repeat news here, but want to hit him again with DeMarcus Cousins officially going to be off the roster, which we saw coming. PJ Tucker's going to play mostly, basically straight five. Justin Patton played pretty well, and Steven Silas thought he was pretty good in his minutes, block shots. They need him. They're going to need him, especially against certain bigs. So he's a guy that's pretty much streamable, DFS punt kind of a guy. Obviously, Jae'Sean Tate's been old news. Victor Oladipo also stepped on Rodion Kuruc's foot. He had a setback, and he is questionable. So it sounded like he could have played for the last game, so he may be closer to doubtful for this one. Obviously, if he can't go, Eric Gordon will be getting heavy off-ball work, and David Nwaba has been awesome. Steven Silas said Nwaba and Sterling Brown were two guys in particular who have been playing particularly well. So Daniel House kind of hasn't. Silas also said he didn't really like how the halves started, so something to keep an eye on with that. Moving to the Spurs, didn't want to hit them again really quick. We found out LaMarcus Aldridge is questionable. Also, don't forget Quindary Witherspoon's also out. So really, this rotation's really thin in the backcourt. So you would think Patty Mills probably still holds down the second unit, and you'd probably start Lonnie for sure. And then it gets kind of dicey. I think I might start Keita Bates-Diop and go big, and go Trey Lyles at the 4, and then either Jakob Poeltl or LaMarcus there. So Trey Jones is going to be interesting. He played great in the bubble, and it's also worth noting that most of the Spurs were quarantined in Charlotte, so they really couldn't get their conditioning up. Meanwhile, Trey Jones has been playing in the bubble and playing well in the bubble and being able to keep his conditioning up. So someone to keep an eye on there. It's obviously going to be real dicey to go with somebody besides DeJounte and Lonnie and Patty Mills in the backcourt, but Trey's on the board a little bit. Let's get to the basketball from Tuesday, and let's start with the darling of the day. That's rookie Saben Lee. Thought he was good in the first game. He got a good run, and he was even better. Career high 21. Just blows by dudes. So athletic. Great presence for where his teammates are. And, yeah, he obviously ran away with it with the way he played. Got the game ball. Dwayne Casey says he likes him with the starters and with the second unit, so he's going to find playing time. Did pull him a little bit in the second quarter after he said he may have played him a little bit too much. But yeah, it looks like he's going to get the lion's share. Frank Jackson pretty much played straight 2 with Wayne Ellington sitting. So yeah, Saben Lee is if you were in a deep league and if he's still out there, you don't play in a deep league. Certainly a guy that should have been added immediately. But Dennis Smith Jr. is not that either. I think DSJ could have some life. He played pretty well here. And then obviously nothing really to say besides the other guys. To the Magic, Steve Clifford said at shoot around he didn't think his team was really locked in, so that would have been nice to have known before I recommended betting the Magic today. But anyways, Michael Carter Jr. shot the ball better, continues to just do kind of his way on the stat sheet besides missing shots. He's going to be fine. Obviously his value will go away once Cole Anthony comes back kind of after the break. Terrence Ross continues to just get hot off the bench with some non-scoring stats kind of helping him out today. Vooch didn't play great, surprisingly. Mason Plumlee did a pretty good job on him. Hawks blow this one against the Cavs. Trae Young made a mistake here, but still had a pretty good stat line. John Collins had a concussion, so you probably think he's out today. They did say it was kind of precautionary, so maybe he's out. He can make it back out there in the back-to-back against Boston. Solomon Hill got in quick foul trouble, still was able to get to 22 minutes. Kevin Huerter soaked up a ton of playing time, came right back in with Solomon Hill, got in early foul trouble. Rondo returned, didn't really do too much, as mostly Trey's backup, and Skylar Mays did play his first minutes with Rondo at the 2 of the season. And yeah, obviously if Collins is out, it's going to be real tough. Gallo's going to have to play 30 minutes, and they'll have to mix in more Okongwu and all these other guys, especially with Capella on a back-to-back. He probably won't be able to get up to the upper 30s again. Cavs get the win behind what Lamar Stevens called his first game winner of his career at any level. Really cool. And Dean Wade got his first start, played pretty well. Probably would have played more if John Collins didn't get hurt. They wanted to kind of match his minutes there to get more size. Lloyd Pierce likes to go after smaller matchups, so you assume if I know that, NBA coaches know that. Garland, 43 minutes is just crazy town. Certainly keep an eye on that. And the next one, Isaac Okoro also. Bickerstaff said he wanted to be aggressive, came out there, got 37 minutes, put up 3 blocks defensively. He's capable. We saw what he did in the preseason. Certainly not a strong ad, but this is nice to see. as JaVale McGee continues to lock down the backup center minutes behind Jared Allen, who blocked party, man. Jared Allen just really has stepped it up. This guy's legit has a shot at early round value going forward. Nets drop 127. Bruce Brown goes off for a career-high 29 in just 25 minutes. Just unbelievable efficiency. 11 of 13 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line. Just open all day. Easy twos. And obviously, I mean, James Harden and Kyrie are going to continue to just go off every night without KD, who's starting to do some pregame work, starting to work his way back, probably out for at least a couple more. Nick Claxton made his debut. Looked pretty good. Moved around really well. Was a little sloppy in the paint with his footwork, but that's to be expected. But overall, you got to feel pretty good about it. Not going to add him in most leagues. I have him in my 30-man. But, yeah, kind of just keep an eye on him. DeAndre Jordan getting 34 minutes was big. But then, again, without Jeff Green, those two guys handled all the center minutes. Was mildly interesting. After the game, they changed the contracts for Andre Roberson and Amon Shumpert to basically 10 days now. They cut Noah Vonleh, and they picked up Tyler Cook, who's a power forward, and pretty effective in the G League as well. Certainly not really fantasy relevant, but they're trying to figure out their front court. Possibly Jeff Green insurance. Kings hang 118 but couldn't get the W. Tyrese freaking Halliburton, man. Do we start talking about this guy for 6-man or what? Like, he's playing so freaking good. Certainly the number 2 pick for Rookie of the Year behind LaMelo right now. Nothing really to say. Also on my 30-man. Love it. Rashawn Holmes took advantage of a good matchup. De'Aaron Fox got really lucky late. Hit a late 3. I've got a few other 3s late. That was kind of saved him from a decent line. And Rashawn Holmes took advantage of a plus matchup against the Nets. Warriors get the dub at MSG. Was Kevon Looney returning, playing pretty well overall, not stat-wise, but thought he did a pretty good job. While James Wiseman also returned, a little bit quiet, did a pretty good job offensively. Certainly kind of expect this kind of low 20-20-ish kind of split, mixing in some Eric Paschall at the 4/5. Draymond Green, who cares about the center minutes apparently? He went off again, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 12 dimes. I mean, he's really found himself as far as initiating the offense. Steph Curry is going to do Steph Curry things. And yeah, very little to say on the Knicks other than Emmanuel Quickley's kind of in trouble. Derrick Rose looking good. And Tibbs likes Alec Burks. Other than that, nothing really to say on this one. Sixers get the win. Very little to say besides Seth Curry getting the probable tag. And in Sixers fashion, he doesn't play. Keep that in mind. Sixers probable tags mean nothing. Shake Milton gets to 30. Furkan Korkmaz, kind of out of the rotation mostly, gets in the starting lineup and plays pretty well. Raptors in a back-to-back should get Kyle Lowry back. Aaron Baines, very matchup dependent here against Joel Embiid. Expect that to change, especially with Lowry back. Maybe back down into the teens. As Pascal Siakam, they want him to handle the ball more. Was pretty active. FVV grinded his way to a pretty good line with a lot of hustle stats. LUKA Doncic hits one of the craziest shots of the year to get a win. Just what a player he is. All the top shots for Luka. James Johnson got the start with no KP, with no Maxi Kleba. Wooly Cauley-Stein kind of took over as the center. We kind of expected Dwight Powell's minutes to drop. Definitely thought it was matchup dependent against Valanciunas in the last game. Nothing really to say on the Celtics except probably expect Kemba Walker to sit. So maybe Aaron Nesmith will shoot the ball today. Got talked up by Brad Stevens at practice. Wolves get their first game under their belt with Chris Finch, and big game for Cat. 26, 11 dimes, 8 boards. He's going to have a triple-double. They really want to run the offense through him. That's what Finch said. Certainly has a great history with that. Jay McDaniels playing the 3-4, mostly 4. And then also a little bit of a Kogi, a little bit sloppy. We saw some Naz Reid, Karl Anthony Towns. But yeah, overall, like I said, I feel like McDaniels is going to be the guy who benefits the most. And I thought Jordan McLaughlin also could benefit a little bit here because I just think that he's a better fit for what Finch wants to do. Clippers get the win. Not much to say. Lou Williams was rested after not being listed on the injury report. That was kind of dirty, but hey. And nothing to say. Paul George looks great. Wizards-wise, back-to-back, certainly a tough spot. They were kind of holding ground until late in the game. Big minutes for Bradley Beal, 39. Westbrook still getting 34 in a back-to-back. Certainly looks to be okay. Mo Wagner had a really good game. It's kind of tough to call him an ad just because this is so fluid. Let's get to the ads, and yeah, Saben Lee, like probably one of the best ads in a while. You missed it already if you didn't get the first shot. Had a back-to-back, so he certainly got scooped up, and you're going to keep him on your roster now. I still think Jaden McDaniels is the guy. I didn't think I was discouraged by what he did. Had to guard Giannis. Still kind of held his ground. I still like him. Shake Milton until we see Seth Curry come back. Would assume he's going to be okay with that probable tag, but something to keep an eye on. Jordan McLaughlin, I think that Chris Finch is going to help him as well. I think Ricky Rubio's minutes can be dialed back as they look for their younger guys. And Jalen Brunson continues to play well with Luka. Dennis Smith Jr. not dead yet. Isaac Okoro coming on, and his coach wants to play him on. That's pretty big. Bruce Brown, big game, should continue to have kind of low-end value until KD gets back. And Aaron Nesmith, I kind of a low-key streamer I got my eye on today if Kemba sits. That's it. Take care.